What's up guys, Lvladen here, and today I'm coming at you with a video about a series that I'm going to be doing on YouTube. It's going to consist of guides that I'm going to be doing for all the classes that I play. I'm going to teach you all about how to burst and deal consistent damage in PvP, along with the gear traits, corruption, and neck traits that you're going to want to be getting on the class. I'm going to be trying to keep them short and sweet, below 10 minutes I feel like is an acceptable guide time. I've been looking around on YouTube and I've seen like 40-minute guides, hour guides, even half-hour guides are freaking long. And if I know YouTube, you watch videos for like 3-4 minutes, then click, you turn them off. So I'll be trying to keep them as short as I can. Alright, with that said, let's get into Survival Hunter. If you haven't already, be sure to follow me on Twitch, twitch.tv/Lvladen123. And let me know in the comments what you guys want to see next. But I will be cycling through with all the classes that I'm going to be playing. Alright, thanks for watching. The first part of this video, I'll be going over the Azurite traits you want. You want to aim for 3 latent poisons, 1 primeval intuition, and 1 wilderness survival. After that, the last trait is up to you, but primarily want to go for the 3 latent poisons. After that, for your neck traits, in 2v2 with the healer, you want to run Breath of the Dying, along with Conflict and Strife, Memory of Lucid Dreams, Crucible of Flame. If you're running double DPS, you want to run with Crucible of Flame Major and Breath of the Dying Minor. There are other traits that are good for survival, such as Tier 3 Essence of the Focusing Iris, Condensed Life Force, but obviously I don't have these. There are also PvE builds that might work in PvP. If you have Tier 3 Vision of Perfection, you can run Birds of Prey, but personally, I don't like Birds of Prey. I really like Wildfire Infusion. After that, I'll just go over the talents real quick. Viper's Venom and Alpha Predator are equal. You can run either one, whichever is your preference. Guerrilla Tactics 100% of the time, pretty much. All 3 of these talents work in PvP. You can run Trailblazer against Mistweavers and Rusted Druids that are going to be kiting you a lot. Natural Mending if it's a comp without a rogue that you're playing. Camouflage if you just want the guaranteed opener in a 2v2 or 3v3 situation, especially if you're running with a rogue or Feral Druid. Next up, all 3 of these talents are viable. Murder of Crows for better burst, Bloodseeker for the pad damage, Steel Trap, you actually will take this if you're not going to be running Tracker's Net and you want to play against a Demon Hunter. Keep in mind Tracker's Net can be dodged, which is really annoying because of Blade Dance, so that's an instance that you could take Steel Trap. Right here, you actually can take Binding Shot occasionally, but most of the time I run Post Haste, just a better gap closer. Born to be Wild actually can be run along with the talent Hunting Pack for really good cooldown reduction on your aspect of the cheetah, which I'll talk about a little bit later in the video. This 90 tier here, you can run Mongoose Bite or Tip of the Spear. I prefer Mongoose Bite. It actually does a little bit more damage, especially when you can get it up to a 5 stack. It also creates a little more diversity in the rotation. And lastly, we have the Tier 100 talents, Wildfire Infusion. Take this pretty much 99% of the time, unless you're going to run that Vision of Perfection Tier 3 trait, in which case you would take Birds of Prey. Chakrams just does not do good damage. For the PvP talents, these are the base talents I run. If you're not going to fight a class that has bleeds or poisons, such as a rogue, pretty much only Assassination Rogue, want to run Mending Bandage against. Warrior Bleeds, he's going to be on you or cleaving you, so he's just going to take away, just going to stop the Mending Bandage ticks. And Unholy has a really easy application of their dot effect, so Mending Bandage not very good there. So, I'm sorry, I said only Rogue, but you can take it against Feral Druid as well, it's really good. Roar Sacrifice, almost 100% of the time. And Survival Tactics, almost 100% of the time. Survival Tactics allows you to dispel many CCs off yourself and absorb Chaos Bolts, Greater Pyros, take almost no damage from them if you time it correctly. For instance, you can dispel Mage Roots, Druid Roots, Moonkin Disarm. It's just a really helpful talent. But if you are in 2v2s against a Demon Hunter, you want to take a combination of Diamond Ice and Tracker's Net, because you want to be trapping the Demon Hunter on his I-beam, and you want to be Tracker's Netting him on his I-beam. So pretty much anytime he goes into Metamorphosis, you want to try and stop that as much as you can. Otherwise, you are going to lose, and you want to kill the healer. With an exception of Resto Druid Demon Hunter, in which case you want to run the normal talents. Aside from, maybe you can go Hunting Pack, and let's see here, and Survival Tactics, because Resto Shamans are a bit difficult to kill when it's Resto Demon Hunter in 2s. It's almost easier to kill the Demon Hunter. Just trying to think if there's any other situational talents you can use. You can use Spider Sting against Destruction, Warlocks, Mages, Elite Shamans, pretty much all caster DPS, but it's not always worth it. You want to take Dragon Scale Armor against some dot classes, but actually I like taking, let's see, where is it? Survival Tactics over Dragon Scale Armor a lot of the time. Sometimes I'll remove Aurora Sacrifice for Dragon Scale Armor. And High Explosive Trap is really good for 2v2s against warriors. It gives you an additional way to kite them and deal damage from afar. It's also a good pseudo-interrupt into warlocks, so keep in mind that. You can take Roar Sacrifice, High Explosive Trap, Survival Tactics. And that's one combination you can take against warlocks. You can also take a Spider Sting instead. Alright, that's pretty much for talents and traits. Let's get into gear, stats, corruption. As a survival hunter, you want to go for a mixture of haste and versatility. Those are your two best stats. Mastery, unfortunately, I have a little bit too much mastery on this guy, but you know, what can you do? Gear is pretty much all RNG. Haste is your best stat for dealing damage. Even though I'm enchanting versatility here, I'm looking for more haste in my gear. Lets you weave your globals really quick, and survival is pretty much global cooldown locked all the time. And the more globals that you can press, the quicker that you can press them, the more damage you're going to be able to get out. Yeah, so just aim for haste versatility. Once you have a comfortable combination of both, you're going to be able to survive and deal damage a lot more efficiently. Alright, in the next part of the video, I'm going to be teaching you about the burst rotation, your opener, and the consistent damage rotation for a hunter in 2v2 and 3v3 arena. So the first thing that you want to do when you get into an arena, and the gates open, you want to Serpent Sting the kill target, you want to Reaping Flames, jump over to the healer, trap them, come back, double bomb, spam out your Mongoose Bites, refresh your Serpent Sting. As soon as trap is about to fall, it's about 8 seconds right there, you want to Intimidation Stun the healer, or you want your healer to get CC on them. After that CC chain, you should have your second Reaping Flames charge coming off cooldown because you used the first one above 80% threshold as long as you have tier 2 Reaping Flames. And in the next trap cycle, you are going to jump in, trap the healer. That's when you're going to reapply Serpent Stings, Coordinated Assault, Unused Trinket, Reaping Flames, Double Bomb, and you are going to be doing large, big burst damage, and hopefully going in for that kill. So in PvP, consistent damage and burst damage is a little bit different than just a pure PvE rotation. You want to be always looking for windows of kill opportunity on players and windows to CC their healer. This can revolve around Reaping Flames coming off cooldown, your big Coordinated Assault on Unused Trinket coming off cooldown, or even just having double bombs or high Mongoose Bite stacks. So, say I had no cooldowns and I was just trying to pressure someone, what I would do is just maintain Serpent Sting, one bomb charge, spam out Mongoose Bite stacks. Depending on the bomb charge, this one was a shrapnel bomb, so I got 3 Mongoose Bites out to get internal bleeding up. I want to double bomb right before my other bomb comes off cooldown, so now I get a couple 5-stack Mongoose Bites, and you can just continue refreshing and cycling through your bomb charges depending on what bomb they are, your kill command charges. You always want to have these 3 dots on the target as much as possible, along with never capping your focus, but also not running under 30 focus, so you can always use a Mongoose Bite or a wing clip if you need to. Now, if you're in a battleground situation or an arena and you have your healer CC'd, or you have the enemy healer CC'd, your healer is ready to have follow-up CC, and you are able to pop your cooldowns, what you want to do first is you want to have Serpent Sting and your pet on the target. You're going to Shrapnel Bomb. You're going to pop your Coordinated Assault. You're going to start spamming the crap out of Mongoose Bite. You're going to maintain Serpent Sting on the target at all times. At about 4 stacks, you're going to bomb, and then you're going to pop 3 5-stack Mongoose Bites on the target. And that's pretty much your burst rotation, along with Reaping Flames as soon as it comes off cooldown. Survival has pretty good burst, really good consistent damage, a good way to CC targets. It's all around really fun, diverse spec. The fact that you can play from range and melee, and you have all these mobility gap closers, kiting tools, you have traps, you have Aspect of the Cheetah, you have a Freedom, Sacrifice, you have all these defensive cooldowns, even though they're not that strong. It makes for a very fun spec to play, and I recommend it to anyone who enjoyed Ret Paladin prior to Legion. Alright, that's wrap for my first guide back since 8.0.